Welcome to our next section as we build up to the Cheltenham Festival here on Sporting Life. We're calling it the best of the Irish. I was promised the best of the Irish, but have been given Fran and Billy Nash, two legends in their own right. Right, guys, we're going to look at each of the big stables and then the best of the rest. Should we start with Willie Mullins? It seems the obvious place to start. What's the best Mullins horse of the week, do you think, Billy?
Sure, well, he's going to have a huge team, Ed. I think one race that he definitely will win is the Triumph Hurdle. He's going to have a big team in it. He's got the likes of Lossiemouth, Gallimar, Blood Destiny. They've all got serious chances. But I really do like Lossiemouth. I've been championing her all year for this particular race. I think you can easily put a line through her run at the DRF. Things just didn't go her way. I think she'll turn the tables on Gallimar, and I don't think there's a gelding in the race that can give her £7, so I think she'll win. Do
you think Paul Townend will ride her? Because the vibe on the preview circuit is he'll be on Blood Destiny.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, but I think the weight issue is a big one here. You know, she only has to carry 10-9. Blood Destiny has to carry 11-2. Now, he's a very promising horse too, but I think he's going to find it really difficult to give her £7. I would have thought all along that Paul would ride Lossiemouth. Obviously, Blood Destiny must be working well at home, but I'd still stick with her.
Right, Fran, you've only got about, 70 Mullins horses to choose from. Who are you going for?
I will just start with the main one of the week for Willie. Obviously, as the week goes on, Ed, it all leads to galloping to Champ in the Gold Cup. Can he win it after that misfortune in Turners last year? He was going to be a spectacular winner today, knuckled at the last, and bounced back to win at Fairhouse in good style, quick turnaround. This season in John Durkin and in the Irish Gold Cup, he's been a lot more relaxed. His jumping has not been as exuberant, and he's travelled through the race in a controlled measure, up in distance. Now he's raced at 3 miles, Leopardstown. I know people are thinking the race wasn't that quickly run initially, but he went through the line strong. I think the way he's relaxing, the way he's jumping, he ticks a lot of boxes. He's a short price favourite for the Gold Cup, but I think talking to Willie Mullins, seeing him down there last Sunday, he looks extremely well in himself. He thinks mentally the horse settled down a lot. They've been training him to stay this year. I think in the first 3 fences, if he gets into rhythm, he'll be very, very hard to beat.
Okay, that's the best of Mullins. You can choose next on our Wheel of Fortune. Should we go Elliott or de Bromhead next, Fran? You choose.
Gordon Elliott we'll go with.
Let's go to Gordon Elliott. Right, who are you going from the Elliott team?
Very, very obvious, but look, we're talking the best of the best. Mighty Potter runs in the Turner's Chase. I think he'd be very, very hard to beat. Take out one poor run at Cheltenham last year. It's probably a debate whether he should have even ran on the day. He was checked by the vet at the start. He ran too bad to be true. He was pulled up, but he redeemed himself by winning at Punchestown afterwards. His chasing wins this year have been spectacular, particularly Leopardstown last. I thought his jumping, he was in so much of his comfort zone all the way through. Jumped brilliantly for Davy Russell. He quickened up sharply. He is dropping down a couple of furlongs in trip. Won't be a problem to him. I think he sets a very, very good standard. He's very solid, and he almost has a flawless record. And I'm not buying the Cheltenham. Doesn't suit him to him because he can put a line through that run Supreme last year.
Okay, Mighty Potter for you, Billy.
Yeah, it's a big week for Gordon Elliott, Ed. He had a disappointing festival last year, but I think he goes there with a very strong team, and particularly in the novice chases, I think he'll win the other novice chase, the Brown Advisory, and that's with Jerry Colomb. I know you're not absolutely sold on him, but I think he'll be very hard to beat, Ed. He's still unbeaten. His jumping is a real asset. I was very impressed with him at Sandown. That was over 2.5. He's crying out for 3 miles. I think he'll improve for the trip. It might not be a very strong race. It'll be very interesting to see what Willie Mullins runs against him. Sir Gerhard would be really interesting if he ran. But even if he does, I think Jerry Colomb will be really hard to beat.
And the rain looks like it might be coming as well, which will certainly
help. That would be ideal for him, yeah.
Should we go to Henry de Bromhead's?
Sure, yeah.
The best de Bromhead. He doesn't seem to have quite the team he's had in previous years where he's dominated the big races.
Yeah, well, he's got a couple of his big guns. I mean, Honeysuckle is going to turn up, Aplutar is going to turn up, but I suppose there are slight question marks over the two of them. The one de Bromhead horse that I really do fancy, and it would be the most poignant winner of the week, is Magical Zoe in the John Run Mayor's Novice Hurdle run, obviously in honour of Jack de Bromhead. But I do think she's got a great chance, Ed. She won a really, really competitive Mayor's Novice Hurdle at Downroyal back in November, and right from there the plan was to go straight to Cheltenham. They said they were going to put her away. They have. That form has worked out really well, and I think she's a really decent price now.
I think everyone will be cheering the de Bromheads, particularly
in
that race. What do you think Henry's got, and what's his best?
Look, with Henry, it's a bit of the unknown quantities in some respect. Honeysuckle back up and trip, is she as good as she was? The Mayor's Hurl is fascinating. Plutarch, we don't know what he's done between now and last running terribly at Haydock, so happy to watch them, see how that develops. But one horse that's really on his way back to form is Ballyadam. I thought his run at the Dublin Racing Festival was very, very impressive. He was third to Gaelic Warrior, first run since last July. connections to try chasing with him, but he's had a very, very good record at Cheltenham. He was second, albeit maybe lucky second today, depreciated in the Supreme Novice Hurl. He also ran 5th in the County Hurl last year. Didn't get the best of runs on the day. I think the Dublin Racing Festival run was very good in context that he should improve off that. He's a general 25-1 for the Curl Cup and the County Hurl. Wherever he goes, I'll be very interested in him.
Okay, so the last category, if you like, we're going to group all the rest of the Irish. And some have got a very strong hand when you think of Joseph O'Brien, Charles Burns and others. Fran, you go first. What's the best of the rest for Ireland, do you think?
Going to go to the bumper because I'm not sure we've seen a superstar in Ireland this year. We normally have a standard horse, Festival Vega, but the bumper run in Dublin Racing Festival is probably key to my mind for the bumper. I'm going to start with the Dream to Share. John Kiley, he's 85 or 86 years old. He's one of the legends of the Irish training establishment. Trains 6-7 horses every year, but it's all quality. And this horse, Dream to Share, summer bumper winner, hadn't been seen at the track till the Dublin Racing Festival. Quite well backed on the day, and in the slowly run race ahead, he travelled well. He picked up his rivals in really good style, showing a really sharp turn of foot. A lot to like about that. He's subsequently been bought by JP McManus. John Gleeson, the owner's son, retains the right at Cheltenham. Big day for him. Could be a really, really exciting horse, but also I will give a mention to the second horse in that race, trained by Willie Mullins, also owned by JP McManus. Fact to file, he's doubled the price. I think a strong gallop will suit him well. That could be the key race to the Cheltenham bumper. I think that Dublin Racing Festival run between the first and second, can see them both being very close at the top of the market and at the finish for the bumper.
Excellent, that's the bumper. Billy, the best of the rest from Ireland for you is?
I'm going to give you an each way shout, Ed.
I like it.
And
Good.
that's in the Albert Bartlett, Joseph O'Brien, another JP McManus horse, Dawn Rising. A very good horse on the flat as a 3-year-old. He was second in a Group 3, I think, at Newmarket as a 3-year-old over a mile and 5. He had a few injury setbacks after that, but he's taken really well to hurdling this year. He's won twice, including a graded novice hurdle at Navan, and finished not a bad third last time out behind Cham Kiley at Naas. Those races were all over 2.5. He's absolutely crying out for a step up and trip. The 3 miles here will really suit him, and I think he's possibly the class horse of the race, and I think he's overpriced at the price he is now.
Okay, and just listening to you guys, Fran, JP McManus to be top owner at the Cheltenham Festival, that could be a bet, couldn't it?
I think so. Look, it's odds on now, Ed. You know,
is it? Okay.
You can see why, because not only with his handicappers, but the quality of his graded horse, the potential he's got. Second favourite Simon Muir, Isaac Sway, did a big day the first day with El Fabiolo and a couple of horses through the week, but they wouldn't have the volume of runners of JP McManus. So it'll be a disappointing week, given the ammunition, if the Green and Gold is not leading owner.
One more question to you about Green and Gold in a second, but Billy, just to wrap things, the best of the lot. The best bet from Ireland at the Cheltenham Festival is?
Am I allowed to mention one we haven't mentioned already?
It would confuse me a little bit, but yes, you can.
Yeah, well, I think the overall best bet of the week is absolutely Gaillard de Menil in the National Hunt Chase. He's a short price. He absolutely deserves to be, and if he doesn't win, it's going to be a long weekend.
And Patrick seems very keen, what I've read from him on Sporting Life. Fran, you had one job Saturday night: get Frank over, your dad, the racing manager for JP, and get all the information. You come here and tell us, what do you know?
I knew plenty on the night, but we actually I got a little bit too much in the wine, Ed, and recollection-wise of what was mentioned. But he did give a good mention to David Pipes' horse to won at Warwick and runs at the Pertham's final, whose name I can't even remember, but he looks like he's just going to get in near the bottom of the weights.
So David Pipes in the
Pertham's final in the Green and Gold.
Excellent. Chaps, thank you very much indeed. That was the best of the Irish. We've got so much for you to come on Sporting Life. That includes Cheltenham's best bets.
Are you Cheltenham ready? Download the Sporting Life app for the best coverage of the festival, including live race blogs, stable tours, interviews, video previews and expert tipping.